Okay, so we're doing, for the guys that were here last week, all week we did inside sankaku, inside triangle, 411, honey hole, whatever you want to call it. So it's basically like this, okay, the position. You have a triangle, you're kind of at a 90-degree angle, and you have a triangle on his one leg, and then the far leg, you end up rowing into your lap and falling into this position, okay? I'll switch so they can see a little better. So you get the triangle. It's called inside sankaku. That just means triangle in Japanese, because I have a triangle on the inside of his leg, okay? So we're here. For IBJJF purposes, because of the reaping rule, I can only attack this leg, which is the leg not in the lock. If I attack this leg, then that's reaping and I could lose, okay? So for escape purposes, we're just gonna focus on this leg right now, but the part of the escape we learn right now, which is focused on this top leg, will serve us later on, even when we're trying to escape and we have to worry about heel hooks on the inside leg, the trap leg. Right now we don't have to worry about them, but we're gonna escape like as if we did, okay? So he gets me an inside sankaku, inside triangle. This one's fine. So triangle here, let's rotate this way so guys can see. Okay, so we get here, we're deep, he rocks. Okay, so think about what's at risk and what's in danger right now, okay? He's in danger of straight ankle locking me here, okay? So if you're here for the Ashigurami instructional we did, you know that the counter or the stall or the defense for that is to boot, okay? I want to boot, meaning curl my toes back towards me, all right? And if heel hooks were allowed, the danger here would be a heel hook. We're not doing the cloverleaf right now, but the danger here would be a heel hook of that one, yeah. So the two things I want to do to protect against both of those is, first of all, I want to try to get to my butt, okay? It's going to make it easier for me to escape from this position than from this position, okay? So I'm going to boot and rock up. So I'm booting this leg, and this one I'm going to point my toe and curl my heel towards his body. This protects against a heel hook. This protects against a straight ankle lock. Because what a lot of guys will do is they'll threaten a straight ankle lock, okay? And this, I'm not doing anything, and just as a way to set up the heel hook, right? They'll get me focused on this, booting, 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 not focused on that, and then they'll fall back into the heel hook. So he's attacking a straight ankle lock. I'm going to boot, okay? Now, and ballerina toe this one and point the heel towards his body, okay? So I'm stalling. That's like a stall defense for both of them. Now to get this foot out, okay, depending on what he's focusing on, if he's just using this as a bait, as a trap, he may not be gripping it that hard because he wants to have a loose grip to snatch that as soon as he can, okay? So you could try to just give it a quick kick and see if you can get your foot out, okay? Maybe work, maybe doesn't. If it doesn't, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need a hand fight, right? So I'm going to boot and pull him into me so I can get his ankle or so I can get his wrist. Either way, okay? I want to try to break that grip and get this leg out, okay? So if we can pull him in here, we can grab like this. We can push our foot deep in, shove his hand down, and pull our foot out, okay? So we're here, all right? So we boot, curl our toes back, pull him towards us so we can get the ankle, get the wrist, shove the wrist down, pull our foot out, okay? And then we have this foot now out of the lock, okay? We still, in a heel hooking situation, have to worry about that foot, so we want to try to rotate it down, okay? But for today's class, all we're going to focus on is getting this one out, okay? So we're pushing ballerina toe that one. We're booting this one, okay? We're going to use the boot to pull him into us. To make your boot more effective, generally, if you guys remember the Ashigurami class, if you could boot while pulling him to you, it's a much safer position. I could boot without having, right? And he still is going to have a hard time submitting me. But if I could boot while I pull, see how much deeper I can get my leg? There's no straight ankle lock there. And since I have control of his arm, it's going to be real hard for him now to break my boot or to switch to a heel hook if heel hooks are allowed. Okay, so once we get to here, we want to get wrist control. Okay, either like this, elbow and wrist, or sometimes you could just grab the wrist this way because I want to push it down to make space to pull my foot out. Okay, so if we can get to here, 2-on-1 is always ideal. Shove the wrist down, pull our boot out. Okay, and then we'll just get to here. This is just the escape we're going to do today. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to learn the second part, which is rotating this way, pushing your knee past his knee line, and then escaping that way. But for today, let's just focus on getting this leg out of the lock. So let's say he gets, first of all, never let them get to here, okay? If they get the inside sankaku here, the triangle on you, you know that they're going to want to row this leg, because if they row this leg, it's a much stronger control position. So, you know, an ounce of prevention, right? I don't let him get that. So as soon as we get to here, If he's reaching for that leg, I'm hand fighting, right? Trying to scoot this leg out and get out of it. But things don't always go optimally. He rows us to here. I'm going to boot, and I'm going to try to sit up to here, pull him in, get the wrist control, get my leg out, and we're just going to get to here, okay? And then, you know, there's steps beyond that, but we'll do it in bite-sized pieces. So you want to try the other leg?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, they can't. There we go. Okay, so we're here. All right, so we're booting, we're rocking up if we can. We're getting the elbow in the wrist, pulling it in so we get a deep boot, and then you're going to shove the wrist down and pull your leg out. Okay, there's various escapes you can do after that, but they require you to get this leg out. If he has control of this leg, it's real hard for me to do anything to escape. That's why this is the control position for the inside sankaku. Okay? Any questions? Do you need to see it?
No.
Okay. All right, partner up. Work on getting out of that. Just freeing the top leg, booting, hand fighting, shoving the wrist down, making space for you to extract your leg, and then we'll just stop there. Okay? Partner up. 5 times each. 1, 2, 3. You guys, white belts, ashigarami, come over here.